Referred to me as Wild King Nights. And what a Wild King Night was when him and a guest would go to a hotel room or be at his home, his bedroom, and they would have intimate gatherings. I would have to go and prep that hotel room, which consisted of baby oil, astro.
When Diddy's former bodyguard leans forward, locks his eyes on the camera, and speaks, you can feel the weight of what's coming. He doesn't flinch, doesn't soften his words. He delivers a bombshell that could rewrite the reputations of half of Hollywood in a single breath. Diddy's infamous parties, he says, weren't just wild, they were contagious. Not in the metaphorical sense. We're talking about a secret so toxic, so career-ending, that if exposed, it could shatter entire legacies.
He was responsible for Diddy's day-to-day life, so he is able to provide a lot of information about what that life was like. He goes into detail on extensive
sickness spreading at Diddy's after-dark bacchanals. And according to Deal, the man at the center of it all was Diddy himself. Guests didn't just risk hangovers, they risked walking away with a secret they'd do anything to keep hidden. The industry's response? Silence. No denials, no lawsuits, no crisis management tweets. Just eerie quiet. Why? Because, Deal says, too many of the megastars we grew up idolizing weren't just guests at those parties, they were participants. Names like Jay-Z, Mary J., Blige, Steve Harvey, Lil' Kim, and a young Usher all floated through those doors. What once looked like harmless snapshots of a golden era now feel like evidence in an unfolding cover-up.
People I don't think realized was he had cameras all over the place, unbeknownst to them. And now he has all that footage, supposedly. This is what I'm told. So it's going to be really interesting to see what happens if, you're a huge, iconic, TV star or movie star, and you're in some
blacklist. A chilling document said to circulate among Hollywood's power players, cataloging who caught what behind closed doors. More than a list, it was leverage. Step out of line, and your darkest secret could surface overnight. One road manager claims he overheard calls about it, and swears it ended more careers than bad sales ever did. Suddenly, every star who vanished off the charts or had their projects mysteriously shelved looks less like bad luck and more like fallout. Diddy's parties, once legendary for their extravagance, are now remembered as danger zones where reputations and lives could collapse with one mistake.
And it was scooped up, and suddenly he was a part of people like Diddy going after him and saying, hey man, why don't you pick up my phone calls? There's actually a video of that. Diddy and Justin Bieber looks to be like 15 years old and said, why aren't you picking up my phone calls? And he's like, oh, I know you were trying to contact me through people and I don't have your number. And the next thing we know, Justin is at Diddy's parties.
Just a teenager when LaFace Records sent him to live with Diddy, he later admitted on Howard Stern's show, I got a chance to see some things. I don't know if I could even understand what I was looking at. He was supposed to be learning the music business. Instead, he was thrust into a world where fame erased every boundary. Asked if he'd ever send his own kids to puppy camp, his answer was instant, hell no. A confession that speaks louder than denial. Usher saw things no parent would ever want for their child.
A lot of times you have him with a younger female. There's a power dynamic there. A more impressionable girl is easier to reel in. Consent is between the people that are engaging, and I wasn't there in these situations to understand the consent.
Alone. From Cuba Gooding Jr. to Prince Harry's name appearing in lawsuits, to Steve Harvey caught in photos, Diddy's orbit pulled in everyone. Some laugh it off, others refuse to comment, but the timing is damning. Raids, lawsuits, and resurfaced interviews flood the news cycle, and suddenly no one can escape the Diddy connection. Young Miami publicly denied ties and mocked the infamous baby oil seized in raids. But for every denial, 3 more stars stay silent. The question lingers, how many careers were launched or destroyed because of those nights?
How many people came through his orbit? How many people could this have happened to? And how did he get away with it? for so long.
Nosedives. Models who lost contracts overnight, singers who vanished from stages, actors who went from blockbuster leads to obscurity after one wild weekend. Maybe it wasn't bad luck. Maybe it was the blacklist. Maybe survival meant silence. Even now, with lawsuits piling up in the FBI raiding mansions, the real guest list stays hidden. A few minor names whisper, but the A-listers, those with empires to protect, remain stone-faced. For decades, the machine kept humming. But now, in 2025, with sharks circling and blood in the water, one truth is becoming clear. For the first time, Diddy might not be the one holding the power.